So here we are at the setup of Rockerfield 2014, which is edition number
9.
Okay, great. Okay, so tell me, for edition number 9, the progress between edition number 1 and edition number 9, what's the difference?
From the first edition to the 9th, I would say there were a couple of big steps we took to have the project evolve. I would say the first one being that we wanted to offer more bands, and you do that by adding basically a stage. That happened some time ago. I don't even know when. I would say 4 or 5 years, I can't remember, where we added a second stage. Eventually 2 stages became 3 stages, and another way of adding more experience of the festival is just adding days. So actually 2 years ago we added a second day, so it was on Saturday and a Sunday, and this now the first one on Friday as well.
Okay, so talking about this obviously now, so obviously the number of acts have increased. How many across the 3 days bands do you have playing now?
I believe 39 or 40, so let's say around 40.
Okay, and quite a lot of, because obviously the local bands as well. How many of them are playing this year?
Oh my God, I'm not really into statistics. I don't know. I would say it's 3 to 4 per day, so a good dozen. Mm-hmm. We always had our policy, or our will was always to prefer quality over quantity. Our intention was never to have 20 or 30 Luxembourgish acts. Our intention was to pick a few and give them the best possible exposure.
How do you select them in fact?
Obviously the quality of their live performance, the quality of their music, and actually the motivation of the band itself. We do prefer bands who try to professionalize them as much as possible and do it really as a job. There are some bands who try to do it, and it's a struggle, and we understand that struggle very well, because we are sort of in the same business, even if we are on a different end of the chain. But it's a struggle, and if some local bands try to do or go into that direction, we do want to encourage them, and we do that by giving them the best possible exposure. We have Mutiny on the Bounty. We had, I believe it was last year or the year before, where they were playing right before Biffy Clyro, for instance. We have Artaban playing late slots in the tented stage, in the Soul Kitchen stage, I believe right before Grandmaster Flash or Jungle, I can't remember. So I think that's something we can do as a concert promoter or a festival organizer, is really select a few very good bands and try to give them the best possible exposure. Obviously there are some bands who will play early. It's the name of the game.
Okay, so let's talk a bit more about the site here and what's going on. I gather the main stage, or both the stages, are a lot bigger this year. And the reason for that, it's just to do with the growing size of the festival?
It's mainly because of Iron Maiden. Because 2 days after the festival we are putting on a headline show, as we like to call it, so not really a festival show, but a headline show by one particular artist, and you really need to address their needs. And Iron Maiden has quite a few production requirements. So basically we needed a bigger stage, a larger stage and a higher stage, and but it's for us it's actually a very good thing, because it means that the artists are bringing a bigger and a better show, and Iron Maiden's show is very big. And we have the same thing with Kings of Leon, for instance. They are bringing a laser show. It's the first time that we actually have a laser show on Rockerfield, and a pyro show as well. So I think there's a tendency that shows in general tend to get bigger, which to us is a very good thing.
The pyro show with Kings of Leon?
Not only...
I was going to say, I was thinking of Sex on Fire, that's why...
Oh,
the connection.
Nice.
Well, maybe. Okay, and...
So are you saying he's putting what on fire?
I don't know. Okay, no, I don't think we'll go there. just, you know. Okay, so what about the 3 days? Is there any difference? I mean, musically, is it any difference between the 3 days? Have you planned something different? Or is it just 3 days of the same kind of styles, or is there a way you've worked it out?
It's really every day a different style, but it's really a work of... It depends. I mean, we book the headliners, and we book the headliner whenever they have the time to come to Luxembourg. So it's not by choice that we book 30 Seconds to Mars on a Friday. It's when they are willing to come to Luxembourg. And then we try to book bands around these headliners. Friday seems to be more of a pop rock evening. Saturday has very strong indie elements, but also electro elements. We really wanted to have a dancey party element on the Saturday evening, on the Friday as well, actually. And the Sunday with the Kings of Leon is really the rock act headliner. So there is a bit of a difference between the 3 days, but all in all, I think we always try to have different genres even on the same day. We don't want to go on one genre per day.
Okay. Could you talk to me a bit about there's some differences in the transport and getting here, of course. That's another aspect, I think, there are a few changes.
Yeah, we were always using the PNR Bouillon, Park and Ride Bouillon, which we are not using mainly because we will start using it, of course, on Friday, and Friday there's still the traffic from work, rush hour. So we needed to avoid that. So there are two main ways of coming to Rockefield. The first one being by public transport, which we obviously recommend. And you can do that by taking a train to the Battenberg train station. And from there, there's a free shuttle service going to and from the Rockefield Festival grounds. If you do insist on taking your car, there are basically two car parks you can go to. There's one in Belval, next to Rock Hall, and there's one fairly close to the festival grounds. If you go to Belval, park the car in Belval, then take the train to Battenberg train station, and then take the same shuttle to the festival grounds. And the second car park is fairly close to the festival grounds, it's fairly close to Battenberg, and from there there's a shuttle service as well. All the details can be found in the info section of rockefield.lu. We advise all punters, festival goers, to read this info before going to the festival.
Okay, great. And of course they can stay here at the campsite. It's bigger than last year? There's a lot more up there?
Yeah, the demand for the camping, as every year, is very strong, so we try to squeeze in and get more, actually a bit bigger camping grounds, and we succeeded in getting 400 more, and it's now sold out.
Okay, and finally coming back to the acts, who are you, who's your act that you want to see, your gem, or are you going to be diplomatic?
FUZE has always been one of my favorite bands, so I really look forward to seeing that one. I really like the Jungle album, so I will definitely try to catch that show as well. Although I rarely have the privilege of actually seeing the show. I try to get at least a song of every show, but it's not always possible. But Jungle is definitely one of my favorites. Skrillex, I want to see the Skrillex show just because the production is just insane. Yeah, there are a few.
Okay. Well, Michel, thank you very much, and we look forward to Friday.
Yeah.
We'll start. Thanks.
Cheers.